Welcome to the Deep Dive, the place where we compress vast amounts of source material into the precise knowledge you need right now. Today, we are undertaking, well, a truly essential mission, accelerating your command of functional, real-world English.
That's right. We're skipping the basics you probably already know and jumping straight into the language that really lets you operate confidently in any English-speaking environment.
Mm-hmm.
Our source material today is this focused list of 50 common phrases. Think of them as social shortcuts, you know.
Right. Idiomatic expressions that native speakers just use every day.
Exactly.
And our goal isn't just to list them, is it? It's more about the why and how.
Precisely. We want to give you the context, the nuance, and really the social utility behind each one.
So if you're prepping for travel, maybe a move, or a big academic step,
The professional, yeah.
this deep dive is really designed to help you move past that stilted textbook talk.
And get into more flowing, natural conversation. Think of these phrases as like the linguistic gears.
Gears, okay.
Yeah, they connect the individual words into sentences that are actually meaningful, polite, and importantly, emotionally resonant.
Because without them, even perfect grammar can sound a bit robotic.
Totally robotic. So we're analyzing these by function, how they help you start a chat, handle a mistake, or even express strong feelings.
Okay, let's get into it. First up, opening the conversation and that essential courtesy. Getting beyond just, how are you?
Absolutely. And the first phrase on our list is a really standard alternative to how are you? It's how's it going?
Often shortened, right? Just how's it going?
Yeah, very common. How's it going? The key difference here, though, is maybe the expected response.
Okay. So if someone asks, how are you? Formally, you might just say, fine, thank you. But how is it going? Feels different.
It signals a more relaxed setting, definitely. And it kind of opens the door for a bit more detail than just fine.
But it doesn't force you to give a long answer.
Not at all. That's the beauty of it. In quick passing interactions, it doesn't demand a lengthy story. The other person can choose.
Right. They can give a good thanks or
Or they could actually share something small. It's a really low-pressure way to start.
Okay. And what if you bump into someone you haven't seen for ages, like an old colleague?
Then you need to acknowledge that time gap.
Yeah.
That brings us to phrase 2. A long time no see.
That one feels warm, doesn't it?
It does. It immediately injects that warmth. It's purely focused on the fact you haven't seen each other for, as the material says, weeks or months.
It signals you remember them, you value that past connection.
Exactly.
So, okay, you said hello, acknowledged the time gap, now you need to catch up. Phrase 3.
The perfect bridge. What have you been up to?
Direct.
Very direct. It's asking for the highlights. You know, what have we been doing since you last spoke? Projects, life changes.
It feels more engaged than just, what are you doing now?
Much more. Because it covers that whole interval, that period of time.
Right. Now, if someone asks you one of these questions, you need an easy reply. Phrase 4 is a classic for this. Can't complain.
Can't complain. The beauty of this one is its perfect mediocrity. And I mean that positively.
Okay, how so?
Well, the source flags it as expressing mild satisfaction. And it's a brilliant social lubricant. In many English-speaking cultures, especially, say, American culture, being too enthusiastic about how great things are for you can actually be a bit awkward.
That's the key insight. So instead of saying, life is amazing, got a promotion, bought a boat.
Exactly. Can't complain maintains this kind of social equilibrium.
How does it do that? What pitfalls does it avoid?
2 main ones. First, you don't burden the other person with your problems if things aren't great.
Okay.
And second, you don't potentially make them feel bad by boasting if they're having a rough time. It's just polite, understatedly positive.
The ultimate safe, positive reply.
Got it. Okay, moving from greetings to those quick reactions, little burst of language.
Right. Phrase 5 is about genuine surprise. How do you know?
The context here is key, isn't it? Like someone guesses something personal. Exactly. They guess you got a new pet or moved house, something you didn't tell them. This phrase expresses that surprised curiosity. It basically demands they reveal their source.
Okay. And if someone tells a great joke or makes a really clever point?
You giving them phrase 6? That's a good one. Simple compliment. Works for jokes, puns, smart remarks. It validates their effort.
Nice. Okay. Let's pivot to courtesy, specifically thanking people. We've got 3 important phrases here.
Yes, and they each express a slightly different type of gratitude. Precision and thanks.
Starting with phrase 7, for when you're really appreciative, it's very kind of you.
Definitely more formal, this one. And it signals a deeper sense of gratitude than just thank you. You use it when someone's properly gone out of their way.
Made a real effort.
Yeah. Then there's phrase 8, thank you anyway. Now this one is vital for learners.
Why vital? The word anyway can sometimes sound a bit dismissive, can't it?
It can, but not here. Here, the function is flipped. You're using it precisely because they couldn't achieve the result you wanted.
Okay, explain that. If they didn't find my keys, why say thank you anyway?
Because you're thanking them for the effort, for their intention. Imagine asking a busy colleague for help finding a file. They look for 5 minutes, but no luck.
Right.
Saying thank you anyway acknowledges they spent their time trying, even though they didn't succeed. It's very gracious. It closes off that attempt politely.
That nuance is huge. Okay. And phrase 9 is specific to request, often written ones, thank you in advance.
Yes, very common in emails. You use this when you're asking someone to do something for you.
So you thank them before they've even done it.
Exactly. By doing that, you're showing you're confident they will help, and you're expressing gratitude preemptively.
It's a useful technique, but does it risk sounding a bit demanding, like you're just assuming they'll comply?
It absolutely can, yes. And that's the sophistication you need. It's generally okay for standard professional requests where helping is part of their job, or for simple favors between friends.
But maybe not for a huge optional favor?
Probably not. For a big ask, it might feel presumptive. Like you're saying, I'm taking your help for granted. So, use it wisely. Think about the size of the request.
Fascinating. Okay, that really covers those essential social lubricants well. Takes us way beyond the dictionary.
Right. Now we move into, let's say, the messier side of things. Miscommunication, interruptions, managing emotions.
Stuff that definitely happens when you're learning a language. The ability to politely say, I'm confused, is crucial.
Indispensable. So let's start with seeking clarity. We have 3 phrases, each for a slightly different kind of confusion.
Okay. Phrase 11 is for the big picture. Did I get you right?
Yeah. You use this when you need to summarize what you think they meant, just to confirm your understanding of the whole situation. You essentially rephrase their point and ask if your version is accurate.
Got it. Checking the overall meaning. But what if you just missed one tiny detail?
Then you use phrase 13. I didn't catch the last word. Maybe there was noise or your focus dipped for a second.
Very efficient. Tells them they don't need to repeat everything.
Exactly. Just the end bit.
But sometimes you just weren't paying attention at all.
Haha, it happens. And for that, we have the polite admission, phrase 14. Sorry, I wasn't listening.
The source really highlights the context here, doesn't it? You were distracted. On your phone, maybe?
Right. Or maybe it was just noisy. The point is, you need the whole thing repeated. And, crucially, saying this puts the fault on you, the listener. It's polite because you're owning the lapse in attention.
Good point. Okay, shifting now to managing the conversation's flow, especially with interruptions.
Yeah. Phrase 18 is what you say when you are the one interrupting. Sorry to bother you.
You use this when they look busy.
Exactly. They're typing, on a call, clearly focused. This phrase is like a polite little pause button. It acknowledges their current engagement before you make your request. Shows respect for their time.
And the reverse. If you're busy and someone interrupts you,
Then you use phrase 19. I'll be with you in a minute. This is crucial. It's a time commitment.
it acknowledges them but sets an expectation.
Precisely. You're not ignoring them, but you're giving them a clear, short time frame for when you can give them your full attention. Much better than just silence.
Definitely. Okay, interruption over. How do we get back on track?
Phrase 20. Where were we? The conversational anchor brings you right back.
And the source mentions something really specific here, pronunciation.
Yes, this is critical for many learners. The English W sound versus the V or even B sound. Some learners might mistakenly say something like ver, vivi, or bear were we.
Which can cause a moment of confusion.
Right, the W sound, think water, window, needs those rounded lips, that gliding sound.
Yeah.
Getting that woo sound right in where were we makes it instantly understandable. Practice that one.
Good tip. And if you want to prompt the other person to continue what they were saying.
Then you use phrase 21, you were saying. It's a gentle invitation for them to pick up their thought right where they left off.
Yeah.
Softer than a direct question.
Okay. Now, managing emotions, helping people calm down, reassuring them. This is vital social skill.
Absolutely. Let's start simple. Phrase 10, no worries.
This one's everywhere, right?
Ubiquitous.
Yeah.
It's the casual response to a small mistake or an apology. Someone's 5 minutes late. No worries. Spilled a tiny bit of water. No worries. It means the incident is minor. Forget about it.
Okay. What if the issue is a bit more upsetting for the person?
Then you might use phrase 12. Don't take it to heart.
So this is about emotional distance.
Exactly. You're asking them not to internalize something negative, maybe criticism or a setback. You're suggesting it's temporary or not personal and shouldn't damage their self-worth.
Right. And for immediate physical mistakes, like the classic coffee spill.
Phrase 15, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't it matter? There's coffee everywhere.
Uh-huh. Well, the phrase implies the consequence is negligible to the speaker. It's about reassurance. You usually follow it up quickly.
Like, it doesn't matter. I need to clean this table anyway.
Precisely. Or, it doesn't matter. I've got another shirt.
Yeah.
You minimize the error's importance for the benefit of the person who made the mistake.
Got it. Then there's a broader, more philosophical comfort phrase, phrase 17.
Things happen. This one normalizes the mistake or accident. It takes the specific event and puts it in the context of, well, life being unpredictable.
Like saying, you're not alone in messing up. This stuff is common.
Exactly. It removes the feeling of being singled out by bad luck.
Okay. And a very direct one, phrase 25. Cheer up.
Simple command, really. An encouragement to literally change their expression, smile, look less distressed. Straightforward.
And finally, a persuasive one for calming someone down, phrase 34. It's not worth it.
Yes, this is powerful. You use it to convince someone to let something go. An argument, a grudge, prolonged distress over something relatively minor.
How does it work? Persuasively.
It frames it as a kind of cost-benefit analysis of their emotional energy. You're saying, essentially, the stress this is causing you outweighs the importance of the issue itself.
Like, your peace of mind is more valuable than winning this petty fight.
Precisely. It encourages them to disinvest from the negativity. Prioritize well-being.
Okay, moving into our third section. Here we're looking at phrases that carry real feeling surprise, strong emotion, and sometimes tricky ambiguity. Going beyond politeness now.
Right into the heart of emotional expression. Let's start with hope and luck. Phrase 16. Fingers crossed.
Feels universal, this one.
It really is. It's a verbal gesture. Wishing someone good luck for something they're facing shows support, empathy, instantly.
Okay. And that aha moment, when something confusing suddenly makes sense.
That's phrase 17. That explains it. A phrase of realization.
So you use it when a new piece of info clarifies things?
Exactly. You couldn't figure out why the meeting kept getting postponed, and someone says the boss was sick. The boss was sick. That explains it. Signals immediate understanding, closure on the confusion.
Right. Now, for big shock or disbelief, astonishing news, phrase 24.
You gotta be kidding me. This is high-intensity stuff.
Not actually asking if they're joking, though.
No, not literally. It's an emphatic statement. I am utterly astonished. Someone tells you they won the lottery. You gotta be kidding me. It means the news is almost too wild to believe.
Okay. On the positive side of surprise, someone gets great news, like their dream job.
Then you use phrase 22. Lucky you.
A concise congratulation.
Yes, and it specifically highlights their good fortune in that success. Works well when chance or luck seems to have played a part, even alongside hard work.
Got it. Now, the big one. The phrase that needs extreme caution, phrase 23. Good for you. The source really flagged this as potentially problematic.
Oh, absolutely. This is where cultural fluency is just critical. Literally, it means this outcome is positive for you. Simple enough.
But the actual meaning.
It's all about the intonation and body language too, of course. For learners, this phrase is potentially dangerous if you don't nail the tone.
Okay, let's break it down. Give us the sincere version first. Context. Tone.
Context is usually someone sharing a real achievement, something they worked for. Maybe they say, I finally passed that really difficult exam.
Okay.
The sincere response needs a warm, rising, genuinely pleased tone. Like, good for you. That's fantastic news. Often followed by a question showing interest, like, how do you feel? It conveys real happiness for them.
Right. Warm, rising pitch follow-up. Now, the dark side. The negative, dismissive, sarcastic version. What does that sound like?
The sarcastic good for you is used when you're maybe bored, unimpressed, or you actively disapprove of their news or decision.
And the tone.
Often flat, flipped, or sometimes even worse, like overly cheerful in a fake way. A sickly sweet tone that clearly doesn't match genuine enthusiasm.
For example.
Someone says to me a bit smugly, I decided I'm quitting my job to just, find myself. And you reply flatly, good for you.
Ouch. That clearly means.
It means I don't care, or That sounds like a terrible idea, but whatever. Or, I'm not impressed. It's dismissive.
So the advice for learners.
If you're unsure about your tone control, maybe avoid it in important situations. Or, always add a clear, positive follow-up phrase to remove any doubt.
Like, good for you. You must be so relieved.
Exactly. Adding that context makes your sincerity explicit, removes the ambiguity.
Very important distinction. Okay, moving to really strong emotion. Phrase 27, I freaked out.
Yeah, the source describes this as super angry or almost crazy. The key here is the loss of control.
So it's beyond just being angry.
Way beyond. Being angry can still be controlled. Freaking out implies panic, extreme agitation, maybe yelling, a big emotional display you might even regret later. It describes an intense, possibly overwhelming reaction.
Got it. Back to positive language, strong praise, phrase 36.
You rock. High praise.
Casual but strong.
Very casual, yes, but it means you're amazing, you did an incredible job, conveys genuine admiration really effectively.
Okay, and finally in this section, phrase 39, you sold me.
Ah, this one's great. Rooted in sales language, but used much more broadly. It means someone's description of something, a film, a holiday, a product, an idea, was so persuasive, so compelling.
That you're convinced you want to do it, buy it, believe it.
Exactly. You're admitting their sales pitch worked perfectly even if they weren't literally selling anything. It's a big compliment to their persuasive powers. All right, this section focuses on language around motivation, work, expectations, accountability. Really useful stuff for professional or academic life.
Let's start with peer encouragement. Phrase 26, come on, you can do it. Sounds like a coach.
It does, or a supportive friend. It's used to push someone through a tough spot, passed out. The source mentions big exams like TOEFL or GMAT.
Right, long, draining challenges.
Yeah. This phrase expresses faith in their ability. It urges them to keep going, tap into that capability.
Okay. And if they're already doing well, how do you encourage them to maintain that?
Phrase 28, keep up the good work. Perfect for reinforcing positive performance.
Common in management or teaching?
Very common. It tells them their efforts are noticed and valued, which motivates them to continue at that high standard. Simple, but effective.
Now, what if the performance isn't good enough? We need them to try harder. 2 phrases here, starting with phrase 40. You should go an extra mile.
Right. Going the extra mile means doing more than just the bare minimum.
So it implies their current effort is maybe okay, but not outstanding.
Exactly. It meets the basic requirement, perhaps, but to get better results, they need to put in more effort. It often focuses on the quantity or intensity of work.
And phrase 41, step up your game, feels slightly different.
It is slightly different. It often implies needing to improve the quality or the overall approach, not just working longer hours.
Like work smarter and harder.
Yeah, kind of. If your reports are sloppy, you need to step up your game, meaning improve the quality. If a sports team is playing badly, they need to step up their game, improve their strategy and execution. It's about raising the standard of performance overall.
Got it. Now, back to emotional states, but in a functional context. Phrase 42, pull yourself together. This sounds quite harsh.
It can be, yes. It's a firm command. You use it when someone is genuinely falling apart, crying uncontrollably, panicking, and they need to regain composure quickly to function.
So it's not meant to be unkind, necessarily.
Not usually, no. It's often said out of necessity, like, we need you focused right now, please regain control.
Yeah.
It's a direct demand for emotional regulation because the situation requires it.
Okay. Let's shift to success, failure, and certainty. When success finally comes after a struggle, phrase come to mind.
There you go. It just often functions as a confirmation, like, see, I knew you could do it.
Acknowledges the effort paid off.
Yes, especially after previous attempts or difficulties. It puts a nice little capstone on achieving something hard won.
Okay. If someone asks if you're tired, but you feel full of energy.
Phrase 31, not a bit.
Short, punchy.
Yeah, assertive means absolutely not. I feel completely fine. Good for showing you have stamina and are ready to continue. A little bit old-fashioned maybe, but effective.
And for expressing absolute certainty. When someone asks, are you sure?
Phrase 32, there is no room for doubt.
Very strong.
Extremely strong. It shuts down any ambiguity. You're stating your conviction is absolute, based on facts or unshakable belief. Very definitive.
And the opposite. Admitting you messed up.
Phrase 45, I screwed up.
Pretty direct admission of a mistake.
Very direct. And it usually implies a significant mistake, maybe due to carelessness or poor judgment. It's informal, but actually used quite often, even professionally, when someone needs to take immediate ownership of an error. More direct than just, I made a mistake.
Right. Okay. Decisions and delegation. Phrase 44 describes an easy decision.
This is a no-brainer, meaning the choice is obvious, requires zero thought.
Like the example of taking $1 million.
Exactly. Overwhelmingly positive outcome, no real downside, it's automatic.
Okay. And phrase 46, crucial for work. Can you cover me?
Yes, this is the standard way to ask someone, usually a colleague, to handle your duties for a short time while you're away.
Like for a break, or if you need to step out.
Precisely. Asking someone to cover your shift or watch your desk. Temporary delegation.
Now, the important question, who do you say this to? Is it okay for a manager?
Generally, no. It's a bit too informal for a boss. This phrase works best between peers, colleagues on the same level.
Why?
Because there's often an implied understanding of reciprocity. You cover me now, I'll cover you next time. With a manager, the dynamic is different.
So what would you say to a manager?
Something more formal. Maybe would be possible for someone to cover my tasks for an hour. Or I need to request coverage for my shift. Can you cover me? It's just a bit too casual usually.
Good distinction. Okay, let's touch on modern slang and attitudes. Phrase 30.
That's lit.
Yes. Meaning amazing, excellent, exciting. But learners need to be very careful with this one.
Well, its origins are in African American Vernacular English, AAVE. It's become widespread, especially through music and youth culture. The source mentions California. But its formality level is extremely low.
So I shouldn't use "that's lit" to describe, say, the quarterly financial report in a business meeting.
Oh, please don't. Absolutely not. It's strictly for casual, informal chats, usually with friends, maybe on social media. Using it in a serious or professional setting would sound very out of place, maybe like you're trying too hard or just don't understand the context.
Right. Stick to very casual situations. Now, the opposite end of the spectrum, complete indifference. Phrase 43.
I could not care less.
That sounds harsh.
It is. It's a very strong statement of total boredom or lack of interest in whatever is being discussed. Used to shut down, talk about something you find trivial or annoying.
And the grammar. Sometimes people say, I could care less, right?
They do, yes. It's a common error. Though so widespread it's almost standard. Technically, I couldn't care less makes more logical sense, meaning my level of caring is already zero. It can't go any lower. But many people say, I could care less, to mean the exact same thing. Both signal absolute disinterest.
Interesting quirk. Finally, a modern communication essential. Phrase 33, the verb text.
Yes, we have to stress this. To text now means sending any kind of short digital message.
Not just SMS anymore.
Definitely not. It covers WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, Facebook Messenger, iMessage, all of it. If someone said, I'll text you the details, they just mean they'll send it via whatever app you normally use to chat.
So it's become the generic verb for that action.
Exactly. Understanding that generic use is key for modern social interaction and planning. Okay, we've covered the whole conversational journey, from hello to, well, I screwed up. Now, how do we make a polite exit?
Phrase 47 handles this nicely. I better be going.
It's a soft but clear signal that it's time for you to leave. The source gives the example of checking the time, maybe it's 9 p.m., and realizing you need to head out.
The "I'd better" part implies a gentle necessity.
Yeah, like, it's advisable for me to leave now. You're not asking permission, you're stating your conclusion that departure is the right move. Polite but firm.
Okay, and a very common farewell. Phrase 48.
Take care. Simple, warm, versatile.
Meaning just look after yourself.
Pretty much. Be well, look after yourself. It works for almost anyone. Friends, colleagues, even superiors in some contexts. Just a nice standard way to close an interaction.
And for the end of a long week, phrase 49.
Thank heavens it's Friday, or the classic TGIF.
Expressing relief.
Massive relief that the work week is done. And the structure is flexible, right? You could say, thank heavens that meeting is over, or thank heavens the exams are finished.
So it's a general structure for expressing joy and relief that something awaited or endured is finally complete.
Exactly. A sigh of relief put into words. #outro.
Wow. Okay, so that was a really rapid, but I think quite deep look at these 50 phrases. They really are like the functional spine of everyday English chat.
Absolutely. We've gone from simple things like can't complain all the way to the minefield of good for you and the workplace necessity of can you cover me?
Yeah.
And the main takeaway, I think the core insight for you listening, is that mastering these isn't just about vocabulary, it's about context. social appropriateness.
They're tools, like you said earlier.
Exactly, social tools. Knowing when to use thank you anyway versus thank you in advance, that changes how people perceive you. It shows you understand the nuances.
It feels like you've shortcut years of just trying to figure this stuff out by observation, getting the social rules alongside the words.
And language, as the source itself kind of hints at, it's alive. It changes so fast.
That's lit being a prime example. Barely existed a short while ago, now it's mainstream, at least informally.
Right. Which leads us to that final provocative thought for you, the listener, to chew on.
As you start using these phrases, think about this. What's next? What specific, maybe regional, maybe industry specific, or even just emerging online phrases, what do you think will be on this kind of essential list a year from now?
Yeah, don't just listen for the words people use today. Try to spot the trends.
How are people expressing frustration, or delegating quickly, or showing excitement?
If you notice a pattern, a new phrase popping up repeatedly in certain situations, that's your clue. Staying current or even ahead means watching how communication itself evolves. Not just the words, but the social functions they serve.
Keep observing, keep practicing these core phrases we discussed, and definitely keep diving deep into the why behind the words.
Until next time.